The following program is sponsored by Happy Science.
Hello and thank you for accepting our invitation to happiness. Ryuho Okawa is a global visionary, renowned spiritual leader, and international best-selling author. With his deep spiritual insight, wisdom, and compassion, Okawa is committed to guiding people to true happiness and create a better world. To accomplish this, he founded Happy Science Group in Japan in 1986, which is now a global movement in over 100 countries. His vision and message to the world goes beyond the differences of race and language. Together, throughout this program, we will be exploring ways to attain true happiness from a spiritual perspective and how you can create a better world starting from within. Today's topic is based on Okawa's multi-million seller book, Invincible Thinking. It is an essential guide for a lifetime of growth, success, and triumph. This book has touched millions across the globe in countries like China, Brazil, India, Thailand, the Middle East, and Germany, among many others. Invincible Thinking is now published in the United States and will create a new wind of philosophy. Just as Okawa says in the preface, Invincible Thinking is a powerful drill that penetrates through the rock. It's the dynamite that opens a crack in the mountain of difficulties. In this episode, we will be discussing what it takes to become a person who can take complete control of their success and destiny no matter what.
You can't really control it, You can make an effort to do what you want to do, but actually you have to believe in God. He's the one who controls our destiny.
I think, I believe in, willpower. I believe in, what is that called? Power of will, something like that. I don't believe in predestination. So yeah, I believe that the choices I make influence how my life will turn out, yeah.
Yes, 100% you can. I mean, there's examples all over the world of people that have come from nothing, Even my mum, she's an example of that. She's come from literally nothing. She's built herself up. So that's her controlling her own destiny. Where she came from, she's probably one of the few people that have made it to a certain point in their life where they can feel happy with. So yeah, 100% you can.
How about you? What kind of mindset is needed to win against fate? Let's hear from Okawa.
When someone asks, "What does Happy Science teach?" or "What happens if I become a member?" one way to answer this would be, it teaches you that there is no such thing as defeat in life. In a sense, the book Invincible Thinking clearly reveals the significance of my philosophy. The underlying philosophy and course of action of Happy Science are very bright, positive, and constructive. Even so, this is not merely positive thinking. Invincible thinking includes self-reflection and is established as a philosophy to human perfection. This is what is unique about it. In other words, the difference between the widely accepted positive thinking and my invincible thinking would be as follows. Positive thinking is a way of thinking whereby one tries to see the positive aspect of things. I need to choose my words carefully. But with positive thinking, people are inclined to lose their empathy toward others, or become people who cannot realize their own faults and failures, or have a tendency to ignore those shortcomings. Therefore, even if you achieve self-realization with positive thinking, your life may not necessarily be blessed by heaven. In a sense, positive thinking can be considered as a way of thinking that pursues the sweetness, such as in sugary confectionaries, that pleases everyone. Invincible thinking is not quite the same as this. It is a way of thinking that focuses more on pursuing a savory taste. It is like a flavor of a well-brewed broth. Even if you feel saved through positive thinking for a certain period of time, you may gradually become bored of it. However, the savory taste of invincible thinking is one that people never tire of. Since invincible thinking includes both positive thinking and self-reflection, it allows you to learn from every chapter of your life and continues to help you grow. In this sense, it is a way of thinking that you will never grow tired of. In other words, you could also say that invincible thinking is a method of shaping our future in all weathers.
With invincible thinking, there is no such thing as defeat in life. All of our hard work and efforts lead to the improvement of our souls, and nothing ever ends in vain. Invincible thinking is one of Okawa's original philosophies, which goes one step further than positive thinking, as invincible thinking allows us to learn from both success and failure. Let's continue with more from Okawa.
The true nature of human beings is not, by any means, the physical body itself that is now living. Our true nature is the soul, the spiritual being. When our life on earth ends after several decades, this spiritual being always detaches from its physical body, leaves its form as a human being, and becomes a completely free existence. The world of spirits is a world of thoughts, so what you think is actually what you are. Most people tend to define themselves in terms of their names, the clothes they wear, their family status, or perhaps the name of their company and their position at work. But actually, our true form is what appears after we have abandoned all of that. The truth is that the content of your own thoughts is, in fact, your very self. This is one of the forms of enlightenment at its entry level. People who have discovered this fact while living will find their life unfolding in a completely new and different way. Yet, most people restrict themselves on their own. They unknowingly think of themselves as a loser. Of course, everyone will experience a few setbacks and failures within the several decades of their life. This is quite normal. However, it is up to you whether you will learn something from the failure and stand up again, or brand yourself with a failure as your seal, or a negative inferiority complex. It is your choice. Among my teachings is something called invincible thinking. It is a way of thinking to always win. This emphasizes the importance of always finding a way to move forward in life, no matter what circumstances or result you find yourself in. So, when you attain victory, instead of becoming conceited or arrogant, you must begin to aim for the next victory and work hard or make effort to strive diligently with humility. This is one aspect of invincible thinking. Another aspect of it is how to handle situations when you confront failures or setbacks. There are many ways to deal with them, but the method that is most effective and also beneficial for your life is to learn lessons from those defeats. It is to grasp lessons unique to you and discover the seeds for your next opportunity. Not many seeds for future success can be found in your past successes. Since you are aware of what to do in areas you have already achieved success, you tend to be clueless about what more to do. However, you can definitely find seeds for your next success from your failures. People learn many things from failing. That is where hints are hidden, and what we must do next becomes apparent. When we face something that makes us experience failures and setbacks in this world, or something that is against our will happens, it is important to carefully search the seeds for our next success from within those occurrences and nurture those seeds. This is the method to succeed in life, in any era, and in any job. When people simply succeed, they often feel exalted and end up not learning anything at all from the experience. Then they tend to praise themselves and think, "My method was absolutely right," and become conceited. As a result, even if they continue to grow after that, their pace of growth may slow down, or they may wind up falling into an unforeseen trap. Success is often followed by setbacks and suffering. However, for those who have seriously considered and found their way to move forward in life, failures become a precious lesson. This is how you create your own personal guidebook. Everyone has their own workbook of life, and the questions or problems are revealed one by one, page by page, in your life. In this workbook, you can find the next problem you will face and the secrets to your life in this incarnation. Everything that you think of as suffering right now and that are troubling you are, in fact, also educational tools to develop your soul.
As we have been repeatedly expressing throughout the program, the core essence of a human being is the soul. We all have eternal life, and in order to evolve and refine our souls, we repeat the cycle of reincarnation. Invincible thinking is a method and way of life which improves our souls through both successes and failures. However, it is worthy to note that there is more to be learned from failures than success. Our souls accumulate lessons like a snowball, growing bigger and bigger. Through experiencing all these lessons and becoming a person that can say, "I'm happy," rain or shine, can we become truly invincible.
I wrote the book Invincible Thinking when I was 32 years old. I wrote this book at the end of the second year and the start of the third year after Happy Science was established. In fact, this book was compiled from 4 seminars I conducted weekly in front of about 1,000 people. I remember it was every Wednesday night that I gave seminars on invincible thinking, and these have been transcribed and compiled into a book. I published this book when I was 32 years old, and it sold over 2 million copies that year in Japan. With this book, we became acknowledged at a national level. This book is actually quite powerful. It has been translated and read in countries all over the world. It is a major concern for us as a religion that there are countries which are generally atheist or materialist. But even in countries where there is no belief in God or Buddha, the people accept and use the teachings of invincible thinking. For instance, this book was quickly translated into Chinese and is being studied there. So then, what is the key to invincible thinking? It's not just about affirming an optimistic perspective all the time. On the other hand, neither is it a way of thinking based on a negative perspective, so often embodied in the Christian belief of original sin. Although this may trouble people of the Catholic faith who believe that humans are born sinful, invincible thinking is not based on such a philosophy. Invincible thinking is based on the philosophy that we are essentially a soul that dwells in a human body. It means the three-dimensional world in which you currently live in is not the real world. You are a soul that originally lived in the real world, the world beyond the fourth dimension that extends to the ninth dimension. As the world goes through changes, you are born time and again with a different nationality, occupation, or gender to gain new experiences each time. If you think that this physical world is the only true world, it is easy to distinguish between happiness and unhappiness. However, if you know that your life is not limited to this world, and that you will eventually return to the real world, you will know that you are born with a new name, personality, or gender to undergo soul training. In living as a completely new person, with a new body, you gain new experiences for your soul's growth. This is the starting point of what constitutes our life. If you accept the idea that the other world does exist, and that people return to that world after they die, then you can perceive this world as being a school for your soul, and that everything you experience is allowed to exist for the purpose of education. If you are to think in that way, then you mustn't fall into making the mistake of blaming your parents or the company you work for the unfortunate circumstances you find yourself in. There are ups and downs in the economy, various social changes, including the changing of the president of a country. A president can make mistakes in governance and cause misfortune. If you have a good president, the economy can recover. So I'm not saying that outside influences don't exist. They certainly do. However, no matter what the times you live in, you are the only one who can protect your own mind. Never forget that no matter how turbulent the currents of the river of fate, it is you at the helm who is steering your ship. For example, you can make mistakes at work. You can make mistakes in love. You can fall ill or fail an exam. Within the many things that can happen, you can give in to despair, fall into self-destructive behavior, and become unable to believe in yourself or others. Lose your will to do anything and feel that your future holds nothing but darkness. However, you must hold firmly to the belief that in fact, you alone are responsible for viewing your life in that way. If you assign the cause of misfortune to, for example, original sin, the sins committed by your far distant ancestors, you will not be saved anytime soon. The concept of original sin does have its merits. It can be helpful in building faith or getting people to reflect on their mistakes and repent. But original sin cannot explain everything about how you are today. Now, what is the essence of invincible thinking? This world is a school for your lifelong education. So it is essential to generate positive results from both your failures and successes. If you succeed, then celebrate and be happy. Rejoice in your success and the efforts you made toward it. But instead of becoming full of yourself in your success, share the joy of your success with others. Work at building humility and continue your efforts so as not to fall into the trap of making mistakes by being too conceited. If you suffer a failure, know that hidden within it is the seed of future success. Accept it as the will of heaven, the will of God, and try to understand that you are being taught by this experience. It is very important to learn the lessons. Those who live with this attitude can declare that there is no such thing as defeat in life. If you live with an attitude of turning everything you encounter in life into material to refine yourself and into the seeds of your growth, then you can walk none other than the way to success. You can also build a stronger self. Having a positive mindset like this will make your life much fuller and lead you to the way to success. I believe that trying to overcome your struggles and difficulties without making excuses is the way to a victorious life. I strongly believe it is most important to see everything as the seed of something positive for the future.
There are no original sins. Instead, God has given us 100% free will because He trusts that we will choose good over evil. To be happy, we need to stop making excuses and have the fortitude to take full responsibility and control of our own life and fate. When we succeed, maintain a humble attitude, be willing to make further efforts, and give back to the people around us, our current success will become the seeds of success for the future. On the contrary, when we fail, we should humbly accept the will of heaven and learn the lessons. With this attitude, there is no such thing as defeat in life, and we can easily win against fate. Let us live with the powerful attitude of turning everything we experience into materials for refining our souls and building a stronger self. Please remember that invincible thinking is the key to winning against fate, and the power to change our destiny is in our hands. At Happy Science, you can listen to Okawa's other lectures related to today's topic. We also offer many seminars to help you change your destiny, as well as ritual prayer for success and prayer for economic prosperity. For more information, please contact a Happy Science location near you.
If you'd like to learn more about Okawa and the teachings of happy science, visit invitationtohappiness.org or call us at 1-800-710-7777.
Once again, thank you for accepting our invitation to happiness. Join us next week for the topic God's Justice. See you next time.
We can't avoid adversity, hardship, or failure in life, but we can triumph over it. Invincible Thinking, an essential guide for a lifetime of growth, success, and triumph. A book that changed the lives of millions. Available now.
Anyone that's even in the political arena, or even students, anyone really, can benefit from invincible thinking because it sets the foundation where you will become an unstoppable human being, no matter what the obstacles you come up against, whether it's yourself, your marriage partners, whatever it may be. You can win. You can overcome. Invincible thinking will give you real life tools and real life solutions that will enable you to work through any problem, through any obstacle, or to anything that's stopping your success. You will achieve true success with invincible thinking.
The preceding program was sponsored by Happy Science.